Hello, my name is B.D. Wood, known as Brian Woodson. I just want to say thank you for tuning to my YouTube channel. As always, I'm here to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, and to have real talk and real conversation. For those of you who found me on Facebook, thank you so much. For those of you who have searched and found me on YouTube, thank you. And for those of you who are my regular subscribers, thank you so much for watching whenever time permits. I'm humbled and honored, and I'm just encouraged by you watching today. Today, as usual, this is the first part of the month by the time you receive this. And like I said before, I like to give you verses, or biblical verses rather, of encouragement to help you throughout the week and throughout the months to come. On my channel, I currently have two installments of this. Verses of Encouragement Part 1, Verses of Encouragement Part 2, and then this is the Verse of Encouragement Part 3. So I just want to give you some verses of encouragement, something for you to think about. We're all going through various things in life. Just life is life, right? Things happen for a reason. Some things are caused because of what we do. Some are caused because God allows us to happen to teach us lessons. And some, are due to other people in our life. And they may do things and we have to suffer some consequences of their actions. A whole nother story and sermon for another day. My apologies for not having a video out on last week. I was preaching last week and needed a week to kind of prepare for that. So here and there, I like to take a week or so off to kind of just refuel and refresh my mind so that I can be better prepared for you guys as well as for myself. So the first verse I want to look at today is Philippians 4:11. And Philippians 4:11 says these words. Now, and these are the words of Paul, now that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. To be content. Being content doesn't mean you have everything you want, but it does mean you have your basic needs. It does mean that you are thankful, that you are humbled by what you have. It don't necessarily mean that you're happy, but it does mean that you're satisfied, that you're not seeking or desiring more, but you're content. And when you look at Paul's situation, what he was going through that time in Philippians, he was content. We all know the story of Paul and what he went through in his life, persecuting Christians, to all of a sudden just presenting Jesus and impacting lives. And he'd been to prison several times. He went through a lot. And so he was content. He was humbled. So just keep that in mind. The next verse, two verses over from that, Philippians 4:13, one of my favorite verses. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So anytime you're going through something, one of the favorite verses I learned when I was younger is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You struggle on that job? I can do. You struggle in your marriage? I can do. You struggle in your finances? I can do. You struggle with your kids? I can do. You struggle just with everyday life challenges and trials and tribulations? I can do. But through Christ who strengthens you. Beautiful verse. Verse number 3, a few verses down in Philippians 4:19. A very powerful verse. It says these words, and my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. So first you got contentment. You have I can do all things through Christ. And now you have my God shall supply all my needs. So if you're content, your needs are already met, right? Because you're content with what you have. Food, clothing, shelter, those are our basic needs. We all have wants, right? But those are needs to survive as well. But here it says, my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. It's Bible. He shall supply all our needs. He even talks about in Matthew how he supplied needs, and that we should not worry. That even the birds and the various animals don't worry about what they should eat or what they should drink, but they don't worry about it. So why should we? God cares about us, and he loves us, and he loves you too. So be encouraged. The next verse, Matthew 6:34. Now we know Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom and all its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So if we're content, if we can do all things through Christ, and God can supply all our needs, and now he's saying, seek ye first, and then in Matthew 6:34 it says, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. So in other words, focus on today. Focus on right now. Tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not guaranteed unless it's God's will. Somewhere I mess up at is I worry about tomorrow. Oh, that job. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta go to the doctor. Oh my God. So I'm gonna be caught up with tomorrow, worrying, stressing, whatever, when I got things to focus on right now. Because you're living right now. Tomorrow is not promised. It says, do not worry about tomorrow. And I'm guilty of that. Just admit it. Or you? Let's be real. We're guilty of it. We worry about tomorrow and next week and next year, the next day, and 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We don't know if we're going to be here or not. So let's focus on today the best way we can. For tomorrow, God will bless us with, if it's his will. And it says today has its own troubles, as we know. So let's remember that, right? Moving on, 2 more verses, and I will let you go. Number 5, Matthew 5:16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. Meaning, let your light shine. In other words, you be an example, you be a light. We may be of the world, meaning we live in, did I say it right? Yeah, we live in the world. But we ain't got to be of the world. My apologies. We live in the world. Meaning we live on planet Earth, we live in this world. But you ain't got to do what the world do. And you ain't got to be a part of what the world does. So when you let your light shine, you shine for Jesus. You be an example and a blessing to somebody else. Because you may be the only light somebody else may truly see. Right? So you be a light. You be an example. So that you're glorifying God. He is pleased because you are his light. We need more lights on this earth. We need more light so we can see Jesus in you and see Jesus in me. Despite how bad your day is, despite what you're going through, let's be a light and let's be an example for others. Because not everybody goes to church. Not everybody's spiritual or religious or been taught that way or whatever the case may be. But they see a light in you and a light in me. They may come to you and say, how do you have this light and this energy and so positive and just act a certain way and you act differently from everybody else? You can present them Jesus without you even saying one word about him. Of course you want to talk about him, obviously, but I'm just saying your example, your light makes a difference. And finally, one verse that gets us all. 1 Corinthians 15:33. I was talking to a friend about this a few minutes ago. And it says, do not be deceived. Evil company or evil communication, depending on your version of the Bible, corrupts good habits or good manner. Evil communication or good company, evil company or evil communication corrupts good habits or good manner. So we think we hang around somebody who just does bad things, who just evil, and maybe it don't influence you today. But the more you hang around them, the more you get with them, the more you be around them, expose them, whether let's just say, and I'm not judging, let's just say they're smoking or drinking or cussing or out in the streets or out in the clubs or whatever. And again, I'm not judging. What you do is your business. I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example of where potential evil could present itself. I'm not saying it's necessarily there, but I'm just saying it could be, you can have evil in your own house. Let's keep it real. You can have evil in the church. You can have evil in your neighborhood. I mean, we can have evil on our job, right? But wherever evil presents itself, if you continue to be around it, it becomes in your mind. It becomes in your heart, right? And then you act just like the evil. Now, a lot of times we act like, just like you watch a certain TV show or a certain movie or a certain reality show or whatever. Now I watch for my own entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Cause I just think it's funny, I get a kick out of it. But let's just say you're one of the people who are not as strong-minded, and you watch something that has so much negativity and so much just corruption, then guess what? Your thinking, your mindset becomes that way. And that's what it says here. Don't be deceived. Don't be fooled. Evil communication corrupt good manner. So I pray these 6 verses has blessed you in some kind of way, such as, again, Philippians 4:11, Philippians 4:13, Philippians 4:19, Matthew 6:33 and 34, Matthew 5:16, and finally 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse number 33. I pray that this has inspired you, motivated you, encouraged you to start your month out right for the month of August of 2023. May God bless you. May God keep you. I love you. I appreciate you. Until next time, BD Wood, I'm out. Thank you so much.